I'm Derek Grant. Welcome to DG Mindset, where we help you to remember what you truly are. Today, we're going to talk about why you letting go is actually the key to you obtaining what it is that you desire. Before we get started, make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you hit that little bell at the top so you will know when we drop a new video. We are here to help you along your journey. Now, there's this paradox with life that a lot of people don't realize and a lot of people don't understand. The more you let go of something, the more you will have it. I know, I get it. It doesn't make any sense. But when we start to understand the characteristics in the language of energy, you will start to see that we have to subtly eliminate this thing that we call time. So everything that you desire, every time that you want something, that means energetically, currently in the present moment, you don't have it. You will never want something that you already have. You have a shirt on right now, and I don't know what color it is, but whatever shirt you have on, you don't desire that shirt because you have it. But if you didn't have a shirt, and let's just say you wanted a red shirt and you don't have it, you'll desire it. So energetically, we're moving from the space of not having in the present moment. So here's something to understand about the language of energy. The language of energy only speaks presently. So you have to ask yourself, am I saying I want this, I want to do that, or are you saying I am this? So a lot of times people say, oh, I want to make more money. Every time that you're saying you want to make more money, energetically, you're communicating saying, I don't have the money. So how do we reframe the way we communicate with energy? It's about presence. It's about being. This is how you start to make the shift. So the first thing we got to do is eliminate what we call time. Right? We've talked about this before. You can go back and look at some of our earlier videos when we were talking about the ego. The ego creates this thing that we call time. So we'll create something that we call the future, and then we'll create something that we call the past. The reality of it is there's these moments that we call presence. Think about that. You refer to it as the present moment. Well, anything that's a moment goes by like that. And this is the present moment happening at a speed faster than light that we cannot comprehend. And the present moment just keeps coming and going, coming and going, coming and going. And when the present moment's gone, the next present moment is here. We process this, though, as linear time. But the reality of it is just one sequence at a time. The key to being able to communicate, the key to be able to create that which you desire is getting in this fine space of right now, this ever-fleeting moment that is always constantly here that we refer to as now. I must become more present. So start to become aware of how you communicate and how you think. Am I thinking in terms of the future of not having, or am I thinking of the past and not having that? Your job, our job, is to let go of these things in the future that we call expectations. I want you to remember this. Expectations create your suffering. So here's what ends up happening. We'll have expectations of what it will be like. What's it going to look like? How's it going to happen? But then we'll be right here in this present moment of what we call reality. And now, there's a gap between reality, meaning what's happening now, and what we expect. That gap, however big, meaning however big my expectations are, will create this thing that we call suffering. So, letting go means letting go of the attachment to the expectations. As long as you expect something, you're not actually being present. You're actually stuck in the future. So now, if I expect the situation to play out this way, here's what's going to end up happening. Expectations will never get met. I'll never meet the expectations So then I'm going to feel what? Disappointment. And when I feel disappointment, this starts this cataclysm of this snowballing effect of now I start to move and I'm unworthy. I'm not good enough. I should have done this. I should have done that. And this keeps us out of the present moment and shifts us back to the past. And now we just keep ping-ponging back and forth from the past to the future, the past to the future. So here's what we do. We start to dial down our expectations. And now you're allowed to experience the fullness of life. You're allowed to see things and allow things to happen. What's going on, everybody? If these videos are helping you in any way, shape, or form, and you want to take your journey just a little bit deeper, whether it's attending a DG Mindset Experience retreat or joining the DG Mindset community, go to dgmindset.com, where we have tools, we have resources to help you further your journey so you can figure out who you are. So now that I've dialed down my expectations, I don't have an attachment to the future. If I don't have an attachment to the future, I can be present. So here's the important thing for you to remember about this thing that we call the present moment. Everything exists right now. Everything exists right now. Well, no, it doesn't. I don't have this, this, and this. That thing up there that you desired was an abstract mental concept that the mind had created. It's not actual reality. Reality is happening where your feet are. So this is how we let go. It's by bringing our mind back to this moment and moving into the energy of abundance and reminding ourselves, everything that is needed is already here in this moment. So now I can let go of the attachment of the expectations that I had created in the future. So this is where it's really important for you to start to develop this healthy relationship with these things that we call goals. Because here's what ends up happening. We'll develop goals, and then we'll create expectations of how that goal is going to come true. And then we have attachment to the expectations, we have attachment to the goals. And now we're creating this thing that we call suffering, and we never actually reach the goal. The healthy way is to have the goal that's way up here in the future. We have our goal, and we have now. And if we're not careful, we'll develop these things that we call expectations. But here's what we do. Instead of focusing on this, we only focus on right now, our intentions. So think of it like this. Your goal is the destination. Your intentions are what create the journey. So what I do daily, moment to moment, now, whatever I'm doing is creating my actions, which then yield the results. And here's the beauty of it. You're not supposed to be attached to your goals, but you're supposed to remember what the goals are so you can measure your moments from your actions from moment to moment and see, are they in alignment with the goal? But here's where we get in trouble. We sit here and stare at the goal, and we stare at the goal, and we stare at the goal, and we're not paying attention to each step. Focus on each step with the remembrance of where you wanted to go. This is why intentions were so important. If you look at this universe, we are literally living in an intention-based reality. You can look at quantum mechanics. The wave does not collapse into a particle without intention. So this is where I'm telling you to be intentional with your life. Pick the goal, pick the destination, let go of how you're going to get there, let go of when you're going to get there, and focus your energy on now. Focus your energy on your intentions. Be intentional with your mind. Be intentional with your actions. Be intentional with your emotions. If you do that, in each corresponding moment that we call now, you will eventually get to your goal. And here's the beauty of it. After you get to the goal, that's when you'll know how you did it. That's when you can tell everybody when it happened. You will not know on the front end. So do not even waste your time. Do not even waste your energy. Only focus on now. And when you come back to now, there was nothing for you to hold on to. It's easier to let go. So the metaphor, the analogy I'll give you, imagine you were in a river and you wanted to capture the essence of the river. And you jumped in the river and you grabbed the river with both hands. And when you squeezed the river, what happened? The water slipped through and you opened your hands and there was nothing in there. But now, if you're detached and you're not trying to hold on and control the river, and you just simply put your hands in and keep your hands open and then pull them up out of the water, you'll have water sitting in your hands. And this is the way life works. The more that you let go, the more that you will have. Because by letting go energetically, you're actually in the same vibration, you're in the same frequency, you're in the same mindset as already having it. So in closing, this is the paradox. If I can let go, that's just like me having it. I don't need something that I already have. So this is where we start to make the shift and start to realize, why are we attached to something? Why do I feel like I need that? Most of the time, it's because the ego has tricked you to make you think that if you had this, or if this happens, that will make you enough. Here's the beauty of it. You're already enough. So you can let go now. If this video resonated with you, please let me know in the comments. Make sure you go to dgmindset.com. Make sure you hit like. Make sure you hit subscribe. Share this with somebody who you know needs to let go so they can start to enjoy this thing that we call life. Let me know in the comments. And until next time, we'll see you.